Okay, we're gonna try this new Sam. Well, we think it's new, right?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Sam Adams Spruce Lager
Yep.
came in the which pack?
It was the fall mixed 12 pack.
The fall mixed 12 pack. It says crisp and refreshing with notes of pine.
Yeah.
So lager brewed with spruce tips added.
So it has spruce tips and then more spruce tips.
So
Yeah, it's
that's-
not a soft. So
I got delicate baby hands, so.
I never have had
Oh,
a.
look at all that smoke! You see that? Woo-hoo.
That was just dust. It's,
I'll let you go ahead and pour yours.
Well, thank you. So it's gonna take. Oh, it's really light. I didn't know that spruce tips were gonna be so blonde. Oh my gosh, it smells like a pine tree.
Does it really?
Well, I mean, it smells like
Feliz Navidad.
somebody took a piss in a pine tree. So
All right, so independent craft, as it says here. I don't understand why they had the bottle upside down there, though. So anyway, Sam Adams,
yep.
not to be confused with any other brewery.
Nope.
It actually smells like, to me, a regular adjunct lager, and actually, this smells a lot like Old Milwaukee to me.
Yeah. I smelled the spruce tips when we poured it, and when I brought it in is when I made that comment. I don't even want to taste it. I'm not drawn into it.
I
Really.
wish I had some of that Old Milwaukee that we still have. We could compare these two, and I'm not kidding you. They smell identical.
You want me to open the other one?
The Old Milwaukee? No, that's Milwaukee's best.
Oh.
Difference.
Oh. Wow.
Well, we can open it and compare them. Let's do that.
Okay. I'm not even going to taste it.
Here, we'll grab two real quick glasses here. This is a
All right.
Milwaukee's
Milwaukee's
best.
Best Premium. I mean, this is like
This is the best beer you can get.
this
And
is the best beer ever to come out of Milwaukee.
if you're wanting to deer hunt or fish or
they do
ride the tubes,
Budweiser. Well, it's Busch, right? They have those blaze orange bottles. So when you're deer hunting and drinking, your beer doesn't get shot.
right.
I think it's really smart what they did.
So this one isn't for hunting. This one's for fishing and
fishing.
boating and driving your friends around.
Yeah.
So let's open this. Milwaukee's best. A little different than the Busch, so I'll pour yours.
Oh, thank you.
We got Mizzou.
Yeah.
We got the St. Louis Cardinals and our local Budweiser.
Yeah. Maybe that's why it smells like it does.
Yeah, and then we have used to be a local beer local bar many years ago with Budweiser on the other side. And the Larry the Cable Guy, Get Her Done.
Yep.
That's appropriate for
It
the beer we're
is.
drinking.
Well, I mean, you should drink Milwaukee's Best Premium out of a nice Pilsner glass. So.
I'm actually thinking we should probably drink this out of the can, but wow, that's a lot of head.
Okay, I take it back.
apologize.
I apologize. Look at the colors. All right, we do have a nice amber glow for the Sam Adams and Milwaukee's Best. If you can't tell, I mean, you can probably see straight through to my face. It's a little hint of yellow. So,
But I still stand by and say this tastes like or smells like Old Milwaukee.
yeah. I mean,
Which is made by Pabst, which is different than Milwaukee's Best.
I will
which is made
stand
by
by
Coors
as,
Miller.
as big as
Miller
Sam
Coors.
Adams has gotten, their standard Sam Adams Boston Lager is still one of my favorite lagers. It is a very good lager. However, this obviously did not have spruce tips, with spruce tips added.
Yeah, the
Added
Milwaukee's.
to the Boston Lager.
Well,
This
I'm
is
going to
an
have to
adjunct.
say that, in my opinion, the Boston Lager is more, to me, it tastes more like an ale.
Yeah, well,
Which, don't get me wrong, those are one of my ideal beers to drink. So, with that being said,
Okay.
Matt's going to do us a quick taste.
This is really smooth. It's the smell when we poured it. I got the spruce. I got the pine. It was very, very nice. I got close, and it smelled like, fermented rice. But as I tasted, it's good. It's a good beer. It's a good lager. It's smooth. However, right, got my water.
Sorry, moved our props.
The Milwaukee's Best Premium has a similar smell, and as much as I hate to admit it, is actually similarly smooth. So
Yeah, this is. I was thinking this was going to be like,
yeah,
but it's not.
it's not. It's pretty good. The nose on this one is just weird.
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to. Maybe God never intended spruce tips to be thrown into a brew kettle. I don't know.
Try this one again.
Okay.
Because, wow, after you quickly went from that to that, let this one sit a bit. I mean, it is super dry. It's like sap on your tongue.
Just
It's like you drank sap.
it's weird. I don't get the smell anymore, but yeah. If I peeled bark off of a spruce tree and I licked that bark on the inside of the bark.
Provided you don't get any splinters.
Yeah. Because it's not that bad. I mean, it's not splinter-inducing taste. It tastes like that.
It really does.
It just dries my tongue that much.
It is. It's good, but in a weird way.
It's
I
weird.
mean,
It's super weird.
I don't know if I could drink 2 of these. Do you
I
think you
will. Well, I just got the smell. Say something again.
could? The smell.
I'm not getting it off the beer. I'm getting it off of Jesse's breath. It's the pine's coming through.
Wow,
again.
really?
Yeah.
You're right, because I don't get spruce on the tongue. I really, really wish we had an old Milwaukee's here because they smell identical. They really, really do.
I apologize. I mean, I came prepared, but I only brought like 17 different kinds of adjunct beers in my cooler, and
Yeah.
I only had Milwaukee's Best Premium, so I wasn't prepared for Jesse.
Well, they don't sell old Milwaukee here, but...
No.
Wait, you went to Piedmont 2 weeks ago. Did you not pick any up?
Is that really the time or the place to discuss this? So,
All right, we'll talk about that off camera.
this, I will admit, was the reason I bought the mixed 12. I had never seen it before. I was super curious to see what this would taste like. And now I have. I'm not upset with my purchase because there were a couple of dark cocoa beers in there. The Boston Lager was in there, which I'll never pass up. But if it was just this and the Oktoberfest and the pumpkin beer, I would have made a horrible decision.
I would say yes to that as well, provided because you had the other 2 in the lineup.
Yeah.
But really, I'm pretty happy with this one. I would score this pretty high.
Yeah.
I like IPAs. I love lagers, and this is like a.
It's weird because usually there's an IPA. I mean, when you get an IPA, especially West Coast, there's a lot of notes of citrus. There's a lot of notes of pine.
Right.
And it doesn't come from dumping spruce needles or whatever into the brew. It comes from their mix, but I don't get that. I get a lot of IPAs have a huge pine smell, and this just doesn't.
Yeah, I don't get any. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I mean, I don't get any of the smell, but the taste is so dry. I mean, it is literally like licking a pine cone or something. But
It's
I
weird.
enjoy it. weirdly, I mean, they're probably not going to sell this in the 6-pack.
I keep
But
going,
they should. I would drink it.
I keep going back and forth between these two, and I'm ruining my review.
You know-
I'm tainting my taste. But Jesse's right. If I stay on this and I just let that linger on the tongue, that's when it comes through.
I haven't tried this one to compare with, so
If I was going to beat a horse, it would be a dead horse, though, because horses are big. If
they
I was
are.
going to beat
You
a
don't want to
live
stand
horse,
behind them.
no, he might kick me, and I wouldn't know what to do. Horses, I don't want to beat a live horse. I'd beat a dead horse. Is what really I would do. So,
And I consider you a smart guy.
when you're
so-
talking about horse beating, so
Well, you know, I know this sounds crazy, but this almost leaves the same dry
same dry
finish.
taste.
This is like a true Boston lager
Let's see what else.
with a dry
they say.
finish, where the other Sam Adams Boston lager is more of an ale to me. Obviously, that has to do with the brewing process. But
Yeah.
to me, that's more of it's a dark lager, but
And I think it's unfortunate. Sam Adams, I think, they busted the lager mold and they made people think a lager could be a premium for some reason, just because it takes usually a macro brew to come up with a lager. People think that it's less than it should. There's a lot of cheap macro can brews that I didn't give credit to for a long time. Now I wouldn't pick them as my favorite beers all the time. I wouldn't
Right.
rate them 4s or 5s, but for their price, I'm okay with this.
yeah, I agree 100%. And oops, sorry. This was my dad's favorite beer for a long time until they switched to premium. I believe at that point they upped the alcohol content, and he couldn't drink it anymore. Of course, my dad's 73 years old now, but he was super upset that they changed the alcohol content, which changed taste, obviously. But sales of Milwaukee's Best, they were already high. Now they're even higher because they did that. Because, you get college kids that are looking for stuff like this to get a quick drunk. But
Yeah, and because we're drinking out of the bud, I will concede that I will automatically usually perhaps rank a lot of the AB products lower than they should be. But you know what? I'll drink a Budweiser any day of the week, and it's always
Yeah.
going to be good, and it's always going to taste the same. So,
right, I agree. And people bash all the macros, Coors, Budweiser, especially Budweiser. They bash them. Me being one of them in the past, but here recently I've grown to respect what they do because they have good ingredients. They don't skimp out. They buy the best of the best. With that being said, the comparison between these two probably aren't as close as I thought originally, but I mean they're close. I mean
Yeah.
This is a little darker and it's got a little drier finish, and this is clearer and goes down a little smoother. But if they sold these in 6-packs, I would buy it. And I have a hard time buying this, but it's a good beer too,
Yeah.
So
Well, and there's the thing. Compared, I'm going to take this every time. But if I bought a 6-pack of this, it's going to be $7.50, $8.
very true.
For that same cost, I'm going to get 12 or 15 of these.
Yeah.
So
And there's another beer reviewer out there, Jay, that always says you go for price.
Yeah.
If they're too close, you go for price. So,
Right.
if you can get this for the same price, you can get this. I would go for this one because it gets more of that IPA taste to me.
Yep.
But I mean, they're both equally good.
And this is a pretty beer. This is a nice color. I didn't realize it until I sat it next to this. It's basically, this is what tap water comes out of, pretty much.
Hopefully not here, but maybe in other places.
All right. Well, this is a highly enlightened video. I didn't think we were going to go 15 minutes on a pine lager, and we threw a twist in for.
We did throw that in there at the
Everybody.
spur of the moment. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully you will too. Subscribe. Leave your comments. What do you think about Matt's shirt? And
It's always an adventure.
we'll talk to you later.